Okay, here is my CPP2, which I just filled with water and the pump is running. Has all 6 bottles and 4 beakers. 3 of the bottles on the right have been used for water only. The 3 bottles on the left have been used for black and white processing. And the little beakers were used for either C41 or E6 color stuff. You can see the temperature is set for 11 or 14 degrees. It's now coming up to temperature. Really cold water, it's reading 11.9, 11.2 right now, or 12.0. It's slowly climbing. I just turned it on. You can hear the pump running and kind of see the pump moving water. In it is a Jobo 3010 4x5 expert drum that can hold 10 4x5 sheets. Worked very, very well for E6 and black and white. Coming along here, you can see side view. Everything's perfect. The drain works. It's not broken off like a lot of them. In the back, we have the cold water inlet. Right now it's outside and it's about 50 degrees, so it's a little chilly out. So we don't need cold water, we need to make hot water. But anyway, that's where you click the cold water if you are in a warm environment. You can actually see the water coming out of the pump to your right there, filling the tempering tank above. And also included with it is the extra set of rollers for extra long tanks and the big 20 by 24 tanks. I have all the tanks if you decide you need any. I'll put a list together of what I've got, all the tanks and reels, and got lots of everything. There's no cracks, no discoloration. A lot of these that you'll find, the red is often bleached out, like it's been sitting in the sun. This has always lived in the dark and been well taken care of, well cleaned. There's no chemical stains, no cracks, everything's perfect. It wasn't a very heavily used machine, but when I used it, it performed perfectly. It has the extra lift, which is an absolute must if you're going to have reliable images. It works good. I would not recommend it when it's full, lifting it with one hand. Always use your other hand to support the extra weight of the drum, since it's only a plastic attachment point for the lever. When it's empty, it's not a problem. Notice also this is the new style lift, which has the black spring clamp to hold the drum on instead of the cheap white clamps that always snap off, which are used on the older machines. Let me turn on the motor. You can see it's running just fine. This is where I normally keep it, is just on the very first setting, as it just goes too fast otherwise. I mean, you can set it where you want, but this is what I found works the best. I also have it set to reverse every few revolutions. I think it's every 2 revolutions it will reverse, which is also the best way to do it. Creates a more even thing. You can see the lever down here that switches, which is also in good shape. A little white lever, which is, if you flip it out of the way, it will keep it from rotating or changing direction. It will rotate one way or the other continuously. Coming around to the back, important. I don't know if you can see it, but serial number, it's hard to read, 22274. And that was one of the last ones made. So it's the very latest, with the latest electric drive and the latest high power motor, and never had any problems with it. There's the inlet down here. See, it's all clean and clear. It is labeled, which you can pull them off if you're not going to do black and white. But I have those, or glow in the dark labels. You can do whatever you want with those. And this is it. It's working really nice. Can see the temperature's already come up to 13.3 degrees, so you know that the heater's working fine. I'll take some water and throw it in here so you can see that that works. Normally you would measure it out. This tank takes 250 milliliters of water for a good development. So with a 1 liter kit you can get four shots of E6. So we'll throw in some water and that goes into the drum. Oops, I put in twice as much as you need, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, so you let it do its thing. You pour in your developer or whatever. And then when you're done, see if I can do this without... Hey Rory, can you come here for a sec? Hold on a minute. I want to use two hands to lift it up. It's a good practice to get into, is to lift it up. The other thing is you want to make sure that you always leave it rotating as you're pouring it out so that you get consistent development to the end. Rory, if you could hold the camera for a second while I drain this. This is the drain here, which you'll drain either into your chemical bottles if you're going to reuse your developer and fixer and stuff like that, or into a drain bottle or sink. So you can just go ahead and kind of show the whole thing. And to drain it, just go like this. Just show the back here. Just drain it up, and away we go. You can see the water coming out. That's it. When you're ready, then you plop it back down, and you're then ready to pour in your next chemical. And that's it. So I hope you like it. Oh, one other thing. Let me go ahead and turn off the motor here. This is the way the drum detaches. It just pulls. You can see all of the teeth are on the drum, and it has the original standard plug. You use this plug here for when you're using the expert drums, and you move it up here when you're using the smaller 1500 series drums. And it used to have a switch on the older version that you'd switch up and down to divert between the upper and lower, but it always leaked and it was always a problem. So they went to a very simple plug arrangement that just pops out. That's the original one, and that's with it. It works very, very well. As you can see, everything's in really good shape. And here's our temperature. It's come up to 13.9, almost to 14 degrees. And there it gets 14, and that's where it should stay. So now the bath here is 14 degrees Celsius. So anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.